What have you learned about clone selection for this area, for the kind of farming that you're doing?
That's a great question. In the beginning, all of the winemakers that we were working with when we were planting the vineyards that were going to take the fruit, they all wanted the Dijon selections. That's what everybody wanted. We've learned in many cases that the Dijon selections fall apart a little bit with those Indian summers we get, the warmer September, mid-September, early September warmth we often get with low humidity. Those clusters tend to dry up, the berries tend to shrivel a lot, and the acids drop out during those heat events. So we're heading back a lot more to what I would call California heritage selections, the Calera, the Swan, Pommard, and we're using some AS2, some 459, clone 943, Vadensville, Merifeld, some of these older selections that seem to hold up a little better. We also have learned on site, topography and location. If you've got a rockier or a sandier area, putting 828 and 459 in those areas that most people say they're prolific producers, well, if you put them in your weaker areas or your leaner soils, they produce the same amount as the Dijon selections, but they perform much better in those sites. They stand up to the stress of a leaner soil type. So we're getting a lot better of where to put things based on the site. If you have trees close, maybe Dijon selections are the right choice, but then out in the middle of a field where there's nothing, or a knoll top, you'll use different clones in different parts of the site to match the soil of that part, and we're getting a lot better with that. But I think it'll be a study for a lifetime of what is the best selection for any given site, and we're still guessing. There's no real scientific research. It's more intuitive farming research that I would call it, and I've been doing that for 13 years, but still I feel like I'm just scratching the surface on what will be the best for any given site, and without trying it, we just kind of guess and don't know and make wine. That's another thing, is we'll make wine individually from clones for the first few years in a vineyard, so we really can see how each clone is playing out into the blend. And if there's something that's a dog that's not working and something that's working phenomenally, we'll graft that over and put something that's working better, or try something new that we think, based on the information we have, would be a good choice. So we're doing that a lot in the early years of a vineyard until we really understand it. And then I have a strong preference to co-fermenting. Once we understand what we have, I think the earlier you can bring the components of a vineyard together, the better off you are. So we'll play around the first few years, and then when we get things dialed in, we'll try to co-ferment as much as possible.